Welcome to another edition of Flex Rental Solutions how-to videos. Today we're going to be going over the ability to configure sales tax categories for multiple sales taxes. In previous versions we've been able to create multiple tax rules. What we haven't supported as of yet is the ability to have tax categories inside each rule. So as example, our friends in Canada might have a dual tax for PST and GST, or there are certain counties in Florida, as an example, where you have to pay both a federal and a local tax. So to configure these systems, under System Settings, we can go to Sales Tax Rules. There's a link on the right hand to configure sales tax categories. In this system, we've called them a local and a federal, but they could just as easily have been called PST, GST, HST, whatever you want them to be. Hit Update, so you can create as many different sales tax categories as necessary. Then for your sales tax rules, maybe before you just had this as an 11% because we didn't support the sales tax categories. To enable a sales tax category for a overall rule, you would click the categories you want to enable for this rule. You would then add the percentage per category. Uncategorized would mean we want to charge 11% overall. You would put that as 0 so that it would calculate a total value of 11. But for now, you would put in, say, 10% for federal, 1% for local, as an example. And then we would hit save, or actually on this page there is no save. Whenever you tab out, it automatically saves it. Then to display these categories, we would go to Projects, Project Elements. We'd open up the element that we want to configure them for, say quote. We would want to make sure under Accounting Options that we have enabled the sales tax rules that we have created for this element type. So we would select all those and hit Save Changes. Then finally, under Document View, Working View, Total Block Row, this is where we could go in and add the new sales tax categories. So before, we would have just a total sales tax. Now we'd put in a sales tax category. And we would call this a federal. We would hit Add. And from here, we would select the category that we would want it to be. Then we could put local as an example. Hit Add and change that to local and hit Update. Save changes before we leave. And that's all we need to do to configure that. From here, if we open up a quote, then it will calculate those sales tax categories appropriately at the bottom. And again, you can move those items wherever you want them to appear. So if we go back to Working View, Total Block Row, and we want to resort these items, we can click, drag, and drop and put them wherever we want. I hope that gives you a good insight in how we can create multiple sales tax categories. If you need support in helping to configure these for your own instance, please contact support at flexrentalsolutions.com. Thanks.